Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to solve JEE previous year questions on laws of motion. Disclaimer: the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. Learning objective. By the end of this lecture, you will able to solve questions on laws of motion by applying the concepts of Newton's law of motion, equation of motion, frictional force and FBD problems using proper reasoning and calculation. So, our question is, a block of mass 5 kg is placed at rest on a table of rough surface. Now, if a force of 30 Newton is applied in the direction parallel to the surface of the table, the block is slides through a distance of 50 meter in a interval of 10 seconds. So here we have to find out the coefficient of kinetic friction is what. In this question asks about the coefficient of kinetic friction. The given options, option A is 0.50, option B 0.75, option C 0.25, option D 0.60. So which option is correct? Please solve this question. You have a some time. Let's see the solution of this question. So the correct option is A. The coefficient of kinetic friction is 0.50. Solution: given mass of the block, that is 5 kg. Initial state of the block at rest. It means the initial velocity of the block should be 0. Applied force F, that is 30 Newton, and the direction is parallel to the surface. Distance 50 meter and time interval 10 second. So using the given terms, we can find the solution. So the given situation in the question is as follows. So suppose we have a table at rest and a block having mass 5 kg is placed, and the block at the condition of the block is at rest. So the initial velocity of the block should be 0. Now if a force 30 Newton is applied on this block in the direction of parallel surface of the table, it means this is the rough table and the direction is 30, direction is parallel to the table. It means the applied force is 30 Newton. So when we applied force, so uh, there is a movement of the block. So we can say the displacement is the distance, the block slides distance 50 meter. This is given in this question, and the time interval is given 10 seconds. So this is the situation. So when we applied the force of 30 Newton, the block moves, or we can say displace 50 meter. We have to find out the coefficient of friction. So this is the condition. I hope this is clear. Let the coefficient of kinetic friction be mu. Here we consider the coefficient of kinetic friction is mu. And acceleration from this free body diagram. Look at here. The force applied parallel to the surface of the table. Yes or no? So we know Newton's second law of motion, that is total force applied on a system is equal to mass into acceleration. And if we want to calculate the acceleration, so acceleration should be total force divided by mass. So here total force is applied force minus frictional force. Capital F is the applied force and small f is the frictional force. Here capital F, that is 30 Newton. The direction of 30 Newton applied force is parallel to the surface of the table. And the frictional force oppose the motion and direction is opposite to the applied force. So here the net force is F, capital F minus small f divided by m. This is comes from the Newton's second law. Now we know the frictional force, that is equal to mu mg. So here we put the value of small f, that is frictional force. So acceleration will be F, capital F minus mu mg divided by small m. Now using this equation, we will find the answer. So we have solving for acceleration A. So just substitute the value. So 30 is the applied force, that is parallel to the surface of the table, and the frictional force minus mu into 5 into 10 and divided by mass. So when we solving this, so the 5 take out from outside because this is the common term. 6 5s are 30, and when we multiply 5 into 10, it will be 50. So we take here 5 common. So it will be A is equal to 5 into 6 minus mu into 10 and divided by 5. So it will be 5 cancel out. The remaining term is A is equal to 6 minus 10 mu. 10 mu. This is the acceleration. So using the value of acceleration, so we have A is equal to minus 10 mu. This is the acceleration of the block. So using the second equation of motion, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is the very important relation. Second equation of motion. S is the displacement, u initial velocity, t time, a acceleration, and t time. So just substitute the given terms in this equation, or we can say equation of motion. So S is the distance, that is 50, is equal to initial velocity is 0, because the block of mass 5 kg is placed at rest on table. That's why the initial velocity is 0. So 0 into t will be 0 plus half acceleration. The value of acceleration is 6 minus 10 mu, this one, into t. T is the time taken. So, or we can say time interval, that is 10 second. So 10 square. So now solve this term. So solving this term, it will be 50 is equal to 0 plus 1 by 2 into 6 minus 10 mu. The square of 10, it will be 100. So here, now we will solve solving for mu. So it will be 50 is equal to 0 plus 6 minus 10 mu, which is equal to 10 mu into 50. So 6 minus 10 mu is equal to 50 by 50. So here 50 comes out the in denominator. So it will be 6 minus 10 mu equal to 1.0, or we can say 1. So 5, 6 minus 1, it will be 5. So 5 equal to 10 mu. So mu equal to 5 by 10. Yes or no? 5 by 10 means what? It will be 0.5. So 0.5 is the coefficient of friction. Mu means coefficient of friction. This is our correct answer. The position vector of a particle related to the time t is given by r is equal to 10t I cap plus 15t square j cap plus 7k cap meter. Here r is the position vector. The direction of net force experienced by the particle is what? So in this question, you have to find out the direction of the net force experienced by the particle is what? And the given options, option A is positive x-axis, option B positive z-axis, option C positive y-axis, option D in xy plane. And this question comes in JEE Main 2020. So which option is correct? I hope this question is clear. Please solve this question. You have some time. Let's see the solution of this question. Here we have to find out the direction of net force. So the correct option is C, positive y-axis. Solution. The given term, that is position vector of the particle, r is equal to 10t I cap plus 15t square j cap plus 7 k cap. And the velocity of the particle, we can calculate from the position vector. We know how we can calculate the particle, and that is velocity of the particle is equal to rate of change of position. So we can say v is equal to dr upon dt. So just substitute the value of r, that is 10t I cap plus 15t square j cap plus 7k cap. So now differentiate the position vector with respect to time. So after differentiation, it will be the differentiation of 10t I cap, it will be 10 I cap, and differentiation of 15t square j cap, it will be 15 into 2 t j cap. So it will be 30 t j cap after differentiation of 15 t square j cap. Here 7 k cap is the constant. So the differentiation of the constant term is 0. So v is equal to 10 I cap plus 30 t j cap. Now we have a velocity, that is v equal to 10 I cap plus 30 t j cap. So acceleration of the particle. Now we will calculate the acceleration of the particle using the uh, term of the and using the velocity. So we know the acceleration of the particle, it will be the rate of change of velocity. So a is equal to dv upon dt. Here just put the value of velocity, that is 10 I cap plus 30 t j cap. So when we differentiate the velocity with respect to time, it will be this one. Here 10 I cap is the constant term, and 30 t j cap. The differentiation of 30 t j cap is 30 j cap. So this is the acceleration of the particle. Clear? So here we have acceleration, and that is 30 j cap. Now what is the net force, or we can say net force applied on the particle? So the net force, we can say F is equal to mass into acceleration, and this is the Newton's second law, mass into acceleration. So we know acceleration, that is 30 j cap. So just put here 30 j cap and solve it. You will be get F is equal to 30 meter, 30 m. This is not meter. 30 m. M is the mass. 30 m j cap. So this is the net force applied on the particle. Now using this term, uh, the component j cap, it shows the direction is along y axis. So from this relation, it is clearly it is clear. We can clearly we can say the net force is applied along y axis. Clear? As shown in the figure, a block of mass 10 kg lying on a horizontal surface is pulled by a force F acting at an angle 30 degree, as shown in the figure, with horizontal this, and the for mu s, this is the coefficient of static friction, is equal to 0.25. The block will just start to move. For the value of F will be what? And given G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So here you have to find out the V, or we can say force. You have to find out the F, or we can say force. So given options, option A is 25.2 Newton, option B 33.3 Newton, option C 20 Newton, and option D 35.7 Newton. So which option is correct? And this question is comes in JEE 2020. Please solve this question. You have some time. Let's see the solution of this question. So, the correct option is A, 25.2 Newton. Solution: the given mass of the block M, that is 10 kg, and angle of the applied force with the horizontal is 30 degree, and coefficient of static friction mu s is equal to 0.25. Acceleration due to gravity, that is 10 meter per second square. So the condition is this one: a block is uh, shown in this question, the making angle 30 degree with the horizontal. So let's see the free body diagram of the block. So there is a force is on the block. So the mass of the block, that is 10 kg. So the weight of the block, that is acting here vertically downward, and the normal reaction vertically upward. And the force is applied with 30 degree with horizontal. So there is a, when we resolving the F, there is a two components. First is the angle making 30 degree with horizontal. So it will be F cos 30 degree, and this will be F sin 30 degree. So there is a two forces along y axis, F sin 30 degree, and along x axis, F cos 30 degree. Clear? So if we talk about in y direction, or we can say vertically, the force is acted in vertical direction. So we can say the net force. Here we can talk only about the y direction. So the net force, or we can say sum of all forces, sum of all forces is equal to mass into acceleration along y. So if we talk about the uh, using the FBD block, FBD of the free body diagram of the block uh, in x direction, or we can say horizontal direction. So here the force is this is the forces that is along the vertical direction. The forces is F sin 30 degree vertical. It shows what the vertical direction. It is along vertical direction, and the normal reaction. So the forces that is acts in upward direction, that is N plus F sin 30 degree, and it is equal to weight of the block, that is mass into gravity. So solving this term, you will be get N equal to mg minus F sin 30 degree. 30 degree because the question says the force F acting at an angle 30 degree. So here this equation become, we consider here this is equation first. So similarly, using the free body diagram of the block, that is the forces in along the forces along the horizontal axis, that is F cos 30 degree. So in x, if we talk about in x direction, it will be the sum of all forces in x direction is equal to mass into acceleration. So the forces in x direction, that is F cos 30 degree, and there is a frictional force that is acting opposite to the motion of the block, or we can say in backward direction. So the net force is F cos 30 degree minus mu n is equal to max. So there is an important concept, that is adverse of the motion. Adverse of the motion means block starts to move. So in that case, ax is equal to 0, or the equation become F cos 30 degree is equal to mu n. So adverse of the motion, the static friction is 0 and the limiting friction will work. So the equation we let here equation second is this one. Now here we have a two equations. So we can say so we have a two equations. Equation first is n is equal to mg minus f sine 30 degree, and equation second is f cos 30 degree is equal to mu n. So on substituting value of n from equation first to equation second, we get a relation, and the relation is this one: f cos 30 degree is equal to mu. Now substitute the value of n, that is mg minus f sine 30 degree. So it will be mu into mg minus f sine 30 degree. So solving this term, this f cos 30 degree is equal to mu into mg minus f sine 30 degree. We will get a term that is f. So f cos 30 degree is equal to mu mg minus mu f sine 30 degree. So here f is the common. When we uh, take out the mu f sine 30 degree in LHS side, so it will be here after taking the common. So f cos 30 degree plus mu sine 30 degree is equal to mu mg. So this is just mathematical calculations. That's it. So f become mu mg divided by cos 30 degree plus mu sine 30 degree. Yes or no? So this is the force. Now we have to find out this force F. So we have force, that is F is equal to mu mg divided by cos 30 degree plus mu sine 30 degree. So just substitute the value of mu mg. So the value of mu as static friction is equal to 0.25. The mass of the block, that is 10 kg, and the gravity, acceleration due to gravity, is 10 meter per second square. So after substitution the value, it will become F is equal to 0.25 into 10 into 10 divided by cos 30 degree root 3 by 2, and mu, that is 0.25 into sine 31 by 2. So this is the term F. So solving for F, we have a F is equal to 25 divided by root 3 divided by 2 plus 1 by 8. So solving this denominator term, it will be 4 root 3 plus 1 divided by 8, and F will be 25 divided by 4 root 3 plus 1 divided by 8. So this is the force acting at an angle 30 degree. So when we solving further this, the F will be 25.2 Newton. So this is the correct answer. Clear? After mathematical calculations, the answer will be this. A body of mass 10 kg is moving with initial speed of 20 meter per second. The body stops after 5 seconds due to friction between body and the floor. The value of the coefficient of friction is what? So here you have to find out the value of coefficient of friction and take acceleration due to gravity g is equal to 10 meter per second square. And the given options, that is a is equal to 0.3, b is 0.5, c is 0.4, and d is 0. So these are the options. You have to find out the which option is correct, or we can say what is the value of the coefficient of the friction. Clear? Please solve this question. Let's see the solution of this question. So the correct option is 0.4. C option is correct. Solution. Given initial speed u is equal to 20 meter per second and the time that is 5 seconds and mass m equal to 10 kg. Here let mu be the coefficient of friction. So acceleration of the body, we know the formula is A is equal to mu g. If we talk about the coefficient of friction, in that case the acceleration of the body is this one. So remember this formula. So uh, using the equation of motion, and that is V is equal to U minus AT. So just substitute the value, final velocity 0, initial velocity 20 minus 80, that is mu g. So 20 minus mu g into 5 equal to 0. So it will be 20 is equal to mu g into 5. So mu will be 20 divided by 10 into 5. Here g is equal to 10 meter per second square. So the value of coefficient of friction is mu is equal to 0.4. Clear? This is the correct. A body of mass 500 gram moves along x-axis such that its velocity varies with displacement x. According to relation, v is equal to 10 into root x meter per second. The force acting on the body is what? So in this question, you have to find out the force acting on the body is what. So given options, option is 5 Newton, option B 166 Newton, option C 25 Newton, option D 125 Newton. And this question comes in main JEE Main 2020. Please solve this question. You have some time to solve this question. After that, we will provide the solution of this question. Clear? Let's see the solution of this. So the correct option is C, 25 Newton. Solution. The given terms, this is V equal to 10 root x. It means this is the velocity. This is given and the mass is 500 gram. Here the mass is given in the unit of gram, but we need to convert it in kilogram. So just divide it by 1000. So it will be 500 divided by 1000 kg. So this is the mass of the body. We need to express dv upon dt in terms of x. So using chain rule, we can express dv upon dt like dv upon dt is equal to dv upon dx and into dx upon dt. So this is overall dv upon dt. There is a no effect of x. So it will be dv upon dt by using the chain rule. So dv upon dx as it is, and we know this is Listen carefully. This is dx upon dt. This dx upon dt, rate of change of position, it will be velocity. So we can say dv upon dt is equal to v into dv upon dx. Yes or no? So we can say here acceleration of the body, that is rate of change of velocity, a is equal to dv upon dt. So a is equal to, we can write here v into dv upon dx. Why? Because we know dv upon dt is equal to v into dv upon dx. So we can write acceleration in terms of, that is v into dv upon dx. So dv upon dx is equal to d differentiation of v with respect to x. It will be d upon dx into 10 root x. So after differentiation, the dv upon dx is 10 into the differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 x raised to the power minus 1 by 2 is equal to 5 divided by root x. So this is the differentiation of 10 into root x. Root means the power is 1 by 2. So that's why here power comes outside and the minus from the power. So minus 1 from the power. So power is 1 by 2 minus 1. So the remaining power is x raised to the power minus 1 by 2. So the dv upon dx is 5 divided by root x. So here solving for a. So a is equal to v upon dv upon dx, and we know b is the velocity is 10 into root x, and we already calculated dv upon dx, that is 5 divided by root x. Yes or no? So just substitute here and multiply it. So root x cancel out. 10 into 5, it will be 50 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration of the body, that is 50 meter per second square. From Newton's second law, we know that is force is equal to mass into acceleration. So force is equal to mass. Mass is 500 divided by 1000 into 500 divided by 1000 kg, and acceleration we already calculated, that is 50 meter per second square. So just substitute the value of mass and acceleration in the formula of the Newton's second law. You will be get this term. So solving this, the F will be 25 Newton. So 5 and the 20 and 20 cancel out, and 10 and 10 cancel out. The remaining term is 5 into 5. So it will be 25 Newton. So if we talk about the denominator, there is a 30. If we talk about the numerator, it here also 30. So 30 cancel out. The remaining term is 5 into 5. That's why the answer is 25 Newton. Clear? So the force acting on the body is this one. At any instant of the velocity of a particle of mass 500 gram is 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap meter per second. If the force acting on the particle at t equal to 1 second is I cap plus x j cap Newton, then the value of x will be what? So in this question, you have to find out the value of x, this x. You have to find out the value of x. The given options, option A is 3, option B is 4, option C is 6, and option D 2. And this question asked in JEE Main 2020. So you have to find out the value of. Please solve this question. You have some time. Let's see the solution of this question. So the correct option is A. 3. 3 is the correct solution. The given mass of the particle, that is 500 gram, and here mass is given in gram, we need to convert it in kilogram. So just uh, divide by 1000. So it will be 500 divided by 1000. So it will be 0.5 kg. Velocity of the particle is this one. This is given 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap meter per second. And we can calculate acceleration of the particle using the velocity. How we can calculate? And the formula is the velocity is equal acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. So A is equal to dv upon dt. So using the value of the acceleration, we can using the value of the velocity, we can find out the acceleration. So solving for acceleration, that is A is equal to dv upon dt, and we know v is equal to 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap. So when we differentiate v with respect to t, it will be dv upon dt. So the differentiation of 2t I cap is 2 I cap, and differentiation of 3t square j cap is 3 is the constant term, and the power of the t is here 2. So power comes outside, so 3 into 2 it will be 6, and minus 1 from the power. So 2 minus 1, 1. So the remaining term is t. So 6t j cap meter per second square. Clear? So this is the acceleration. So acceleration of the particle at t equal to 1 second is this one. At t equal to 1 second, so just substitute the value of t, that is 1. So it will be 2 I cap plus 6 j cap meter per second square. So now using the value of acceleration, we can calculate the answer. So from Newton's second law, that is the total force is equal to mass into acceleration. So force on the particle is the mass, that is m, and the acceleration we already calculate, that is 2 I cap plus 6 j cap. So F is equal to 0.5 into 2 I cap plus 6 j cap. So the force will be F is equal to I cap plus 3 j cap Newton. So this is the force that comes after multiplication with 0.5. So it will be I cap plus 3 j cap Newton. But here we have to find out the value of x. So comparing j cap component with I cap plus x j cap. So from this relation, so the j cap component here, so when we comparing both this I cap plus x j cap with I cap plus 3 j cap Newton, so the x is the 3. So we can say the value of x is equal to 3. So value of x is equal to 3. A bag is gently dropped on a conveyor belt moving at a speed of 2 meter per second. The coefficient of the friction between the conveyor belt and the bag is 0.4. This is the coefficient of friction. Initially, the bag slips on the belt before it stops due to friction. The distance traveled by the bag on the belt during slipping is what? So here you have to find out the distance. Take g is equal to 10 meter per second square. And the given options, option A 2 meter, option B 0.5 meter, option C 3.2 meter, option D 0.8 meter second. So which option is correct? And this question is asked in JEE Main 2022. Please solve this question. You have some time. Let's see the solution of this question. So the correct option is B, 0.5 meter. Solution. The given speed of conveyor belt, that is 2 meter per second. Coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.4, and acceleration due to gravity g is equal to 10 meter per second square, and acceleration of the bag due to slipping motion. So this is a is equal to mu g. So this is the acceleration if we talk about the coefficient of the friction. So the coefficient of the friction, that is 0.4 into g, that is 10. So when we multiplied it, the acceleration is 4 meter per second square. So here we have acceleration, that is 4 meter per second square. So if s be the distance traveled by the bag on the belt during slipping motion, then v square is equal to u square minus 2as. So this is the equation of motion. So using this equation of motion, we can calculate the distance. So the final velocity is 0 and initial velocity u square minus 2as. Final velocity is 0, initial velocity is u square. So equation is 0 equal to u square minus 2as. So it will be 2as equal to u square. So here solving for s, so s is equal to u square divided by 2a. So s is equal to 2 square divided by 2 into 4. So s is equal to 4 divided by 2 into 4. So it will be 1 by 2. 4 cancel out. The remaining term is 1 by 2. So s is equal to 0.5 meter. So this is the distance traveled by the bag on the belt during slipping motion. Thank you for your attention.